Recently, there are many construction hazards caused by the construction of underground worksite that lead to the learning of adjacent buildings or breaking of gas, water, pipes, etc. Most of those cases was caused by the deform of bracing wall due to the underground work, and the strut preloading method has taken the stage as a useful method to prevent the bracing wall from deforming. Strut preloading is a method that pushes the bracing wall, which has deformed due to excavation, back to its original position by placing the hydraulic jacks at the struts. Moreover, thanks to the high pressure of the jacks, also helps eliminate the loosens of the strut joint and the gap between struts. And as the shrinkage of the strut due to side pressure on the bracing wall has been eliminated from the beginning, it prevents the bracing wall from deforming in the next digging. With the unique universal jack system inverted by itself and used widely in the strut preload method, together with more than 20 years of experience at numerous worksites, Daiwa has developed the sophisticated strut preloading construction method using the safe, fast, and smart universal jack. Now we will explain about the strut preloading method with a practical example, the construction of the intelligent building, a building with 3 underground and 30 above ground story at the Kodoku, Tokyo, an area famous for its super weak ground. Toward the east of the lot was the revetment of Tokyo Bay, while the south and east sides were filled with factories and office buildings. With these types of underground work, the negative impact caused by the bracing wall deformations on the revetment and office buildings, had it ever happened, would have been unthinkable. In the strut preload work, the first process is to determine the preloading load. To calculate the preloading load, we certainly have to review various designing methods relating to the bracing wall. But with Daiwa strut preloading method, we have created a unique computer program to simulate the whole length of work to determine the best preloading load for each work site. Once we've got the preloading load, the next thing to do is choosing the proper jack. In the Daiwa strut preloading method, we have invented the unique universal jack system for this kind of job. We have 8 types of H-shaped universal jack, with different sizes and hydraulic pressure for various preloading jobs. When the loads and the jack have been properly selected, the universal jack system will be delivered to the worksite to start the strut preloading work. Strut preloading work can be divided into 3 processes: preparing, applying pressure, and finishing. Preparing work includes installing the jacks, applying reserve pressure, installing pressure gauges and pipes. Applying pressure work includes applying high pressure to the jack, check and read pressure gauge repeatedly, and when finished, locking the universal jack. Finishing work includes removing the pressure gauges, placing cover on the jacks, fasten bolts at the joints with the strut. In the strut preloading method, before and after applying pressure, we can measure bracing wall deform using insertions type clinometer, thus confirming the preloading effect during the work. Here we would like to introduce the process of applying pressure. First is installing the universal jacks. Insert the properly selected universal jacks to the specific positions on the strut. In common, due to the hydraulic jack losing its center pressure may not reach its set value. Therefore, the axle of the strut as well as balance of the whole bracing structure must be considered in setting the jack position and heights. When inserting the strut and universal jacks, gaps between struts and gaps between the jack at its joints with the strut are unavoidable. In order to eliminate the gaps at the joint, reserve pressure is applied by the hand pumping before official pressure applying process. This process is for eliminating gap, therefore high pressure is not necessary. Next, install the electric pump oil pressure gauge on the control panel and oil hose and pipes for the official pressure applying work. The electric pump and control panel must be at the place from where we can observe the whole strut structure. High pressure pipes and hoses join the pipe to each universal jack. Besides, in case we want to measure the axle force applied on the strut during the digging, a load cell which measures the axle force on the strut called PBG can be installed on the jack. Invented by Daiwa, this PBG is better than other axle forcing measuring devices by the way it eliminates errors when measuring axle force separately from the preloading jack. Normally, the pressure is increased gradually at the speed around 5-10 per minute, and the whole preloading process is divided further to 4 to 6 small steps. And 20 to 30 minutes after is the time to check. Measure repeatedly to verify the safety of the work as well as the effect of preloading. To ensure the preloading work is carried out safely and effectively, checking and measuring at each step of applying pressure is essential. Checking and measuring here means measuring pressure in the universal jack and its stroke. So on, the process of applying pressure, checking, measuring is repeated until jack pressure reaches its specific load. Status include measures of deformation of the bracing frame, strut line, and walling, as well as contact between the strut, walling, and bracing wall. Including measures of deformations of the bracing wall must be reported to a preloading supervisor, and the preloading work will be proceeded under his judgment and decision. Once the pressure has reached a designed preloading value, check and measure one last time to confirm the safety and effect of preloading, then tightening to lock nut on the universal jack to lock it. Now, the hydraulic pressure is switched to mechanic screw pressure and pressure applying step is completed. It's necessary to retain the loosened U-bolts because of the strut preloading and the bolt on the strut during the operation of preloading during the next digging. Thanks to the lock function of the universal jack, after completing the switching for oil pressure to mechanic pressure, all the pumps and high pressure hoses can be detached and removed from the structure. We have just completed the strut preloading work, but all measure and data and analysis can be used for the next phase of preloading, and also as reference for similar type of strut preloading plans. Like that, the underground work can be done safely, and the 33-story intelligent building was complete, safe and sound. Nowadays, in every underground work, the strut preloading method is indispensable. And Daiwa strut preloading method using the universal jack are employed in construction sites not only all over Japan but all around the world.